Hey guys, so Veronica here, we're back with Sonia. Say hi, Sonia. So the last time you seen her, we were taking her blonde. She had a huge color correction. She had a bunch of colors in there. Now we have her blonde looking really, really good. You can take a look at it. But what she had said is that in about a year and a half, her goal is that she wants to have a perm for her wedding. It is very, very important for her. And the two things that don't really go very well together in hair is completely bleached blonde hair and a perm. So we have to be able to marry those two together. And I asked Sonia, you know, what is more important to you, being completely a full head of blonde or perm? And she said, a perm. So now we need to work together to make this work with the foresight that in a year and a half she wants to get this. So what we're gonna actually do is we have this nice blonde base. We're gonna be incorporating a lot more of her natural color. So we don't want a full head of pre-lightened hair for when she gets her perm. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this into a full head of highlights. We're gonna incorporate this nice blonde color that she has, and we're gonna be pushing it up through the roots with highlights, but then we're also going to be putting in a low light of her natural to break this up. So over time, every time she comes in to retouch it, we are just going to be doing a full head of highlights, and she's going to be able to keep some of her natural strength so that when she gets the perm, it's going to be a lot healthier on her hair. And so it's been about 4 weeks, or no, longer, 6 weeks, 8 weeks since your last. So she's had a long time now where her hair has been able to get healthy, and that's very important. You don't want to put, so if you look at her ends, she still has a lot of super damaged stuff that she came in with. So it's very, very important to listen to the hair and see how far it's willing to go. You don't want to push past that. And that's why her hair right now is very healthy and can withstand another lifting process. So we're not lightening any of this, just the stuff. Okay, so we'll show you once we go through. So here's the hair all section. We have a bang section. So we have the back two quadrants all done. We're gonna be working into this one, and then I'll show you at the front how we are doing the foil pattern. So the entire back of the head now is foiled. You can see that one side back section and this second portion. And then when we got to this top triangle, we started putting them in diagonally, and that's just gonna make sure that we don't have any striping that happens. All right, we're on the home stretch now. We just have the one last quadrant here and the front quadrant. So I'll show you the sectioning pattern that we're gonna be doing. So literally what I've been doing is I've been mixing only 4 grams of bleach at a time, just because we want it very potent and we don't want it to, once it oxidizes, it loses that strength. So we started with a 7 ball, then moved with half 7, half 20. Now we're in the lightener with a 20 ball. For her low light, we have her natural color. So we have a 7-2, which is a blue base 7, just because her natural is a little bit more ashy. So what we're gonna do is start on the bottom. Always work with diagonal sectioning patterns, and because that's gonna diffuse the highlight rather than put stripes into the hair. Because she doesn't have very much root, we don't want these foils to be sliding around, so we have the lightener with a 1-to-1 mix ratio because we want it very thick. Okay, and because we want to break up her hair, which is a full solid blonde, we need to be putting a ton of foils in there so that we have even coloring of the blonde all the way through. So we're going to be putting these sections fairly close together. Now, standardly when you do a highlight, you leave a section, you do a highlight. But right now, when we put in the low light, we're not going to be leaving a section out because we don't want a big section of dark. We want that to blend in with the blonde that she has. So the low light is actually going to go back to back with the blonde. So no space in between. And the next blonde is also going to go back to back with this. So there's no space in between this whatsoever. That's going to mimic what it would normally be like if we were highlighting her hair from natural. Okay, so we're going to continue working this pattern all the way up to finish the section. So 2 blondes, 1 dark, 2 blondes, 1 dark, and then I'll show you how to do the top there for the bang. All right, we're on the home stretch now. Look at all these foils. It's a good thing me and Sonia have lots to talk about. Okay, so we're coming up onto the front section here. So it's important to really analyze your fringe to see how she wears it. So Sonia likes to wear it kind of all over the place down. She likes that shade, but she does have a little bit of does kind of push towards destruction, correct? Yeah. So what we're gonna do is that we don't want to put the foils in this way because that's gonna create striping. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be putting them in this way, and that's gonna create a diffused look with the highlights as they fall. Then we're following the same color pattern, 2 blonde, 1 low light. Again, the dark is going to be back to back. And this next blonde is going to be same thing, back to back, no space. Okay, we're gonna finish this all up and then our head will be done. We have all the foils applied now. So we have the toner all in. We put a neutral 8 right at the root where it was less, just to fill in the pigment, and then on the rest of the ends we put on an 8P and a 7P mixed together. All right, here we are, all done now. This is the color after the tone, washed out and styled. You can see now all this nice dimension in there. Now we have our natural color weaved in through there, which is really, really good because as we start to progress into transitioning just using foils, now we have a bit of her other natural color in there to break it up. Okay, take a look at that. So if you guys like what you see, leave a comment. If you have any questions, also leave a comment. We'll get right back to you. We put out videos every Friday, so we'll see you guys next Friday. Bye.